Alright then guys, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be changing the wing on my EP3, also going to be doing some wheel arch liners and there might be some other little bits as well, but it's not as simple a process as I thought it was, so I thought why don't I show you guys how to do it and hopefully this helps out someone out there. First things first, we're going to start getting bits off to get this one off, but what I'll do is I'll show you the other wing and show you sort of where it mounts and what have you and what you have to take off. So here is the replacement wing and basically the points that it mounts onto the car are here, which is behind the bumper, so you will have to take your front bumper off. We've got under the car here, this is actually somewhere that's sort of got this, I don't even really know what to call it, but it's like gluey, masticky stuff that you have to chip away at to get to this bolt, and then it's probably also worth filling it back in with something to seal it back up again because it's obviously there for a reason. To get to this, it's basically right next to the jacking point under the car, and obviously here's where the Type R kit mounts to, so you'll have to pull away some of the kit. We'll show that in a bit. You've then also got all the bits underneath here on the inside, which is for the wheel arch liners, which is useful because obviously I'm swapping mine out anyway. We've got this one up here, which is behind a plastic panel sort of next to the wing mirror, so I'll show you that in a sec. And then when you're looking at it on top, you've got these ones that are in the engine bay underneath that panel if you've got a facelift car. If you don't, then yours is obviously already exposed, and in theory everything else is a pop clip or something, but if not, you will find out in this video because I will find out too. So you've got to remove these bits if you've got the facelift car, as I've already mentioned, and basically it's just these pop clips in here. Mine were absolutely destroyed, took ages to get them out, so I'm probably going to replace them. But yeah, then this lifts out, not as easy as that, but it lifts out, and then you've got those bolts there, and then you've got this panel here that pops. It's got 3 clips on it and we snapped ours, so don't really know a better way to do this, but we pried it from the door open out so it popped like this. This, just being old plastic, is just snapped, and it's snapped right where this clip is, so I don't really know how we wouldn't have been able to snap it, but there you go. Anyway, should be easy to get another one of these, but anyway, so that obviously reveals this bolt here. Also thought it was worth mentioning why I'm even doing this in the first place, so I'm not sure if you can see it here. A few eagle-eyed viewers have seen in other videos that there's a big dent here. I'm not going to explain to you how that dent happened, but it's an interesting story, so if you ever see me in person, ask me about it because I will tell you. Also, forgot to mention as well, we're probably gonna have to take this headlight mounting point off as well. So yeah, from here we're either gonna take the front bumper off or jack up the car. Let's see what happens. So front bumper is off, and I didn't show you how to do it because mine is mounted nowhere near as much as it should be. Mine is probably also different anyway because I've got the Mugen grill. Basically, you do have a screw here on either side. It mounts, this is where it mounts into the wing, this is where it mounts under the headlights, and then there should be some stuff underneath for the wheel arch liners, which as you can see mine are toast, so that's why I'm replacing those, and some other bolts here and things like that, but I don't have those, so it might be worth looking somewhere else to figure out how to get your bumper off if you've never done it before. Sorry that I couldn't help you there, but now we've got that off, it's time to jack the car up so that we can make our lives easier by having a bit more access underneath the car. Okay, things have changed, as you can see. Wheel off. You could probably get away with doing this with having the wheel on, but obviously I'm changing the wheel arch liners anyway, so that's why it's off. What has happened is unscrewed the screws here, Phillips head screws, popped all the clips out from under here, all of that stuff, then taken out all of this, taken this out. We've popped the side skirt out, so we've only done one clip. That's because there's 2 of us here. I reckon we'll be able to maneuver this wing enough because of there being 2 sets of hands rather than it just being me by myself. You may need to do more clips if you're doing it by yourself. It seems to be that the way they've gone in from the factory is they must have fitted this by putting the clips into the car like that. So to get this one off, it kind of slid out on top and then kind of popped out. It was a bit scary because I thought I was going to snap it. So this I think is enough. And then on the underside, okay, so now we're under the car and this was like a plastic clip that basically disintegrated. So I'm hoping I've got one big enough to replace this. You need to get this off because this holds part of the side skirt in. And then but there's a 10mm bolt here, which is, this is the one with the sealant sort of stuff next to it. This is the one you need to chisel around to get the stuff off. It's actually not too bad to get off, or at least mine wasn't anyway, so that's out as well. And that is kind of it from under here. And we've also just come across this little bolt under here. This actually came apart a little bit easier than I thought it would with just the trim prying apart tool, because this white clip is basically holding in that black moulding that goes around your windscreen. And then there's one more bolt in here that you need to get to, and that's our last one, and this wing should be coming out. Okay, so it turned out there was one more Phillips head screw down here holding on the wing as well. That's part of the wheel arch liner mounting to the wing. So in theory, we are ready for this to come out now. As you can see, it's basically already out. So if I just pull back on here. Hey, and we're free. So I just thought probably easier for me to just change this wheel arch liner now that the wheel's off, because there's way more space. So in addition to what I've already taken off to get the wing off, there's a couple more, but obviously with mine being shredded at the front here, there's less to take off than if you're doing a normal one. So I've got 1, 2, oh, and 3. So there's 3 holding this in at the moment. So I'll just pop those off and then this thing should just drop out. Oh, right, that third one was attached to a bit that had already ripped, so that's that bit off. Sweet. So I actually ended up getting one of these little sets off of Amazon. I think it was only about 20 quid. I've had it for years, just loads of little bits just in case you need them. So I've obviously snapped quite a lot of things today, so I'm going to use these to replace all the brittle plastic stuff. I'm going to try and reuse ones that aren't in too bad a shape, but replace ones that obviously broke. Alright, so future Olly here. I've actually done some digging and got the part numbers for these clips for this car, because in that box it turned out there weren't any clips that properly fit. So I decided to get the official Honda part numbers, research the price on per clip. So they're £2 per clip for the clips in the wheel arch liner, and then I can't actually remember the price of the ones underneath. But with the part number you can obviously find cheaper alternatives. So what I've done is done exactly that. So I got myself 20 off eBay. These were like £4 or something for 20 of these. You'd probably find them cheaper, but it was just easy. So these are the perfect size for the wheel arch liners. Quite a lot of them on this side are fine, but when I actually ended up doing the other side off camera, I ended up snapping a few more. I'll link it below, but I'll also give you the website I found the part numbers at. It's got diagrams of the entire car, so I'll link that below as well if you need to find any parts for your car. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So it's time for the new wing to go on. Okay, cool, so we're just going to bolt this back in now and reinstall it. The reverse of what we've already done. Just thought it was worth mentioning as well that this is probably a lot easier if you're doing this with another pair of hands, because these 2 bits here, these mount onto the back of the headlight, sort of around to this area. So you need to line those up for the wing to actually go in place, and also while that's happening, obviously you've then got the other end, all of this bit down here to line up as well. So I would definitely recommend getting a second pair of hands to make sure you don't scratch any other part of the car whilst putting this in. Okay, we're going to bolt this back up now. So in classic car fashion, this is the bolt that attaches the underside of the wing to the car, and as you can see, it's sheared off. Luckily it wasn't all the way in, so I think we will be able to get this out, but it's just very annoying that we're so close yet now so far. Classic working on car stuff, this, isn't it? Alright then guys, so I decided that I was fed up with having nothing in the center caps on the wheels. So I've come up with a genius idea, because I didn't want to pay the crazy price for the Enki ones. I don't really like the official Enki ones anyway. So I decided to use a standard Honda center cap, and all I've done is stuck a black circular stick on it. The reason I've done sticker and not just sprayed these is because I'm not totally sure if I'm going to keep these black or not. It should be as simple as just sticking these in the wheel. You will still be able to see the silver bit, but I think the silver around the edge is going to look a bit better than just a gaping hole in the wheel. So let's get these in, and super easy job. They just pop in. Hopefully they don't fall out. Let's see what happens. I don't understand. I literally have no idea why all of them fit apart from this one. That's just such a weird problem to have. Okay, so an update on these things. I've got another one of these from Handa Garage EP3 that I could just put in straight away, so sticker went straight on and it fit. Super weird. I still don't really understand why that other one doesn't fit, but we've got 4 of them on now. Looks way better, so pretty happy about that. So I just received something pretty cool in the mail, and I just thought I'd share it with you guys. I got one of these HKS 10mm ratchet key rings. Such a cool little thing. Useful thing to have. Means you can't lose your 10mm. Pretty cool little thing to have on your keys. It's HKS as well, and it's not just a print, it's like actually embossed into it. Super sick. Right, let's get back to the video. So there we go guys, car's back on the ground, wing is on, no dent. And yeah, this is a bit of a mission, to be fair. There's quite a lot of clips that have broken. Either way, hopefully this has helped you guys out, and if you're going to do something like this. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Comment down below if this has helped you out, or if you've had to battle through with this yourself before. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.